cases of dengue across Karnataka has become a huge cause of concern for the common man. Now, taking suo motu cognizance of the rising dengue cases, the Karnataka High Court has served a notice to the state government and the BBMP. Now, the High Court took this suo motu cognizance based on a newspaper write-up. In its notice sent to the state government, the court noted that there have been over 7,300 dengue cases and 7 deaths since the start of this year. The court, which invoked its jurisdiction under Article 226 of the Constitution to initiate a suo motu case, also cited the fundamental right to health. The state government and the BBMP have been directed to furnish its details by the 23rd of July. Now, the High Court has asked for these details to be furnished on preventive steps taken to check the cases of dengue and the availability of infrastructure as well as public awareness and mosquito control measures that have been undertaken. Deepak is joining us live. Over the last few days, the cases of dengue has been a cause of worry, and we've seen the opposition in the state go on to say that declare this as a health emergency because of the rising cases. Now the High Court has come in and taken suo motu cognizance. Take us through the details of what the High Court has said, Deepak.
Well, right now, the remedial measures that have been taken by the state as far as to prevent, the new cases of dengue. Apart from that, the situation at the hospital and the infrastructure that has been put in place to treat the cases. A report on all of this, of course, has been sought, and very soon we'll see this health department of the state government, of course, filing that report in front of the courts. But as of now, of course, the growing cases of dengue continue to be a big cause of concern. I'm reading out the latest numbers. This is as on yesterday, in the evening, that the health department has put out. This total number of positive cases stands at 7,840. 358 among these people continue to remain hospitalized, and another alarming number is that the total positive cases reported in the last 24 hours has been stated as 293, and active cases who are hospitalized in the last 24 hours is 100. So you have a large portion of the people who are getting dengue who need hospitalization. As of now, meetings have been held as well, where each and every hospital, government hospital in particular, have been asked to really earmark some of the beds specifically for dengue patients, keep the medicines and that are necessary to treat dengue as well available at hospitals too.
Right. Is the health infrastructure ready, Deepak? We'll come back to you and get a response on that, because the last 24 hours, the numbers that you've quoted, which is 293, seems to be really a cause of concern. But as of now, the politics is playing out, and this is also coming at a time when we saw a raging controversy over the renaming of Ramanagara. But the Bharatiya Janata Party now has slammed the Karnataka government over the increasing cases of dengue in the state. They're going on to say that the Siddaramaiah government has led the state to a health emergency. Bharatiya Janata Party spokesperson Shehzad Poonawalla goes on to say that the government is not focused on welfare of the state, but it is busy in renaming Ramanagara district. Let's listen in.
कर्नाटका में हेल्थ इमरजेंसी आ चुकी है। कर्नाटका हाई कोर्ट ने सुओ मोटो कॉग्निजेंस लिया है वहां पर बढ़ती हुई डेंगू केसेस का, वहां पर जीका का भी आउटब्रेक है। 42% राइज हुआ है डेंगू केसेस में पिछली साल की तुलना में, और किस प्रकार से वहां पर लोगों की जान जा रही, बच्चों की जान जा रही। परंतु कर्नाटका सरकार की प्राथमिकता रामनगर का नाम बदलो, राम जी के प्रति विद्वेष की भावना अपनाओ, और दूसरी प्राथमिकता हेल्थ मिनिस्टर स्विमिंग कर रहे लग्जरी पूल में और जायज ठहरा रहे, यही उनकी मानसिकता है।
S. Prakash of the BJP joining us this morning. Good morning, sir. The rising cases of dengue in the state of Karnataka, a cause of worry. But you are questioning the government on what you're calling its misplaced priorities. What's your message to the Karnataka government? Mr. Prakash, if you are with us. All right, we seem to have lost that line with S. Prakash of the Bharatiya Janata Party, but viewers, you've been seeing the kind of attacks coming in from the Bharatiya Janata Party. They're accusing the state government in Karnataka of misplaced priorities. The state on its part is saying that they are taking all measures and remedial measures to ensure that they are countering the rising cases of dengue and are ensuring that the health infrastructure is very much in place for the people who are now seeking hospitalization. Imran is joining us live. Imran, as the politics continues, take us through the details of the health infrastructure and the steps that have been taken to ensure that patients suffering with dengue are given proper care.
Well, the state government defends itself saying that before it became, the numbers rose, like from July 1st, they had held a meeting 10 days before and they had taken all precautions. In fact, the awareness campaign was also carried out in several places in Bengaluru over the dengue issue. Now, they said that they also met the district officials and the DC's meeting was organized and they told the district collectors to take adequate measures over the rising number of dengue cases. However, the state government, the opposition is not happy with it. In fact, they said that they should have declared an emergency, especially as the numbers rose up to around 7,000 overall. Now dengue cases are there in Karnataka and deaths have been reported over this, including children have died, and right now the party president of BJP said that is also in Shikaripura, a 9-year-old girl has also died due to dengue, and he's called it a complete failure of the state administration.
Right.
So the High Court has taken
stay with us. I'll have to interject because S. Prakash of the BJP is joining us this morning. Good morning, Mr. Prakash, and thank you for joining Times Now. The Bharatiya Janata Party is accusing the Siddaramaiah government of misplaced priorities at a time when dengue cases are on the rise. What's your specific charge against the Congress government in Karnataka?
When the dengue surfaced in the state health department completely ignored it. And the government was indifferent in combating it. Now it has taken a pandemic proportion and many people are losing their life and still government is not serious about it. A drastic effort has to be made and on ground it should be visible. Unfortunately, no such efforts are being made and government is busy in firefighting the scandals that are surfacing each and every day.
But the state, the Congress government in Karnataka goes on to say that they are working on war footing to ensure that patients are getting proper care in government hospitals. They've also instructed government hospitals. This is the defense coming in from the Karnataka government, that they've instructed government hospitals to earmark hospital beds so as to ensure that patients suffering with dengue get proper care.
No, the testing fees is fixed at 300 rupees in all the labs, private and government by the state government. Have they checked how many private labs are abiding that decision? They are charging 900 rupees for the blood test and the government is silent, looking other way around. And it is these steps they have to ensure that the patients are not fleeced and beds are available everywhere. But what is needed is preventive measures. Once we get the dengue, the providing bed is not a big thing. Prevent it.
Okay, so Mr. Prakash, some very pertinent questions asked there. One of the main things being accused or being alleged by the Bharatiya Janata Party is that when it comes to testing, 900 rupees is being charged at these testing labs to find out if a person has dengue. Let's go back to Imran and Deepak who are joining us live and they're tracking the situation on the ground, getting us reality checks. Multiple charges being leveled, Deepak, by leaders of the Bharatiya Janata Party. One, they're questioning the priorities and drawing a binary between the renaming Rao in Ramanagara and now this, at a time when citizens are suffering is what the BJP says. But take us through a reality check. What is the situation on the ground? And as the BJP is alleging, is it true that 900 rupees is being charged for dengue tests?
There are caps that have been put forth by the government very recently, of course, and the government has also informed, the public through circulars that have been put out that if there are any hospitals that are overcharging, then, it should be reported. The cap, of course, came in quite a number of days ago. This was after, several cases, of course, were reported and people were struggling to, of course, cough up huge amounts to just make sure that they test and ensure that they're getting, the information right that they indeed have dengue. Another big cause of concern, concern on the ground is that there have been rains on and off. There have been, of course, puddles of water that have been forming in different parts of the city, and that is where, you know, fumigation drives and ensuring that the health department clears out these stagnant patches of water. The BBMP as well works along with them. This is going to be important, and that's where, of course, overall, you know, they could try and prevent the spread of the disease, which right now is at an alarming number. When you see in 24 hours, 293 cases being reported, that is, of course, something that is a big
293 cases in the last 24 hours, and that is a cause of concern. Thank you, Deepak and Imran, for getting us that update from the ground. We're going to keep a close watch on that story. Time now for us to shift our focus to the other big story that we are tracking.